Good morning, everybody. So it has been a bit of a morning already. I actually am taking my mom for an appointment today, so not a whole lot going on. We are going to go see Star Wars later, but I wanted to do something a little bit festive. My little kitty's sleeping over here. My tree is over here. Oh, and I'm wearing this suit that I just have to show you. It's a shark. I purchased it from the men's section at Target. It's pretty unreal. Let me show you this backside too. No bigs. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I wear it all the time. So anyways, I have already moisturized my skin. I am just going to start in with this Nivea balm. So I've been using this new foundation and I'll show you guys. Oh, I used a little bit too much. Hang on. Just had to grab a tissue to take off a little bit of that primer. But anyways, I've been using this foundation. It's the new Stick by Makeup Forever. And I don't know. People seem to like it with dry skin. And I don't hate it, but here are my things. So I actually moisturized a little bit of oil this morning because I do feel like it has a tendency to kind of settle into like my dry spots. But I wore it yesterday, I think, and I moisturized with a little bit of oil and then I applied it. And then I didn't set it because I thought that it would be better that way, but I think that like every time I touched my face, a little bit of foundation would come off. So today we're going to prime the same way. I'm going to apply it and then I'm going to use this powder that I got in my Ipsy bag by Tarte, and this is a smooth operator powder. But if you guys aren't familiar with this product, this is the foundation I'm using. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Cover Invisible Stick, and this is in shade 117, which equals Y225. I don't know why so many numbers, but anyway, you take off the lid. It has this little plastic cap, and then it comes off like this. So a lot of people use like a sponge or a beauty blender to apply it. Mine isn't damp, and I just don't know that that's my favorite way to apply it. So all that I do is just kind of like draw lines on myself. And then I'm going to take my Makeup Geek buffing brush and then kind of pat it in. I'm not gonna like swipe it because I did read somewhere, or I heard somewhere, I forget whose video I was watching, that this foundation is meant more to be like patted in rather than like buffed or swirled. So the coverage is really nice. I just feel like it has the tendency to like stay in my dry spots and to come off, which is not ideal. It is much creamier than a stick usually is. When I went to Sephora, I told them, I said, listen, I have dry skin, but I've heard that this stick is really good for dry skin and I want to give it a shot. So she applied a little bit to me in store, a little bit on me in store. And it was pretty good. It wore okay, but I didn't like have a full face of makeup on, so it was kind of a funny thing. Oh my god, if you could see my eyebrows up close, it's so bad. I have to get them threaded again. Because I do like threading, I decided, because the way that it lasted was so nice. The maintenance is so low. With waxing, I feel like you have to go back a lot more often, and with this you can push it a little bit more. So that's pretty much the foundation all set. I will say, like on my forehead, you can kind of see it. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. I don't know if you guys can see that or if this is completely futile, but it looks like up here you can like see that it's a little funny. Otherwise, on the rest of my skin, I feel like it's not that bad. I don't know. I guess I'll just let it sit and see if I need to add a little extra. I'm gonna move on to concealer. I have been obsessed with this stuff, the Maybelline Master Conceal. This is in shade 20 Light, and I like to pat it in with my finger. I think that this is such a good concealer. It has really good coverage. It's a nice thick consistency, and I've been wearing it recently and I haven't been setting it, which I think really works for me. I don't know that I necessarily need to set it, so I'm just gonna pat this in with my fingers. You guys have seen this a million times, so you don't have to watch this. Moving on to brows, these have kind of been my go-to. I actually read something on the beauty department the other day, thebeautydepartment.com, that's Lauren Conrad's people. They said to brush your hairs down like up here so that you can more easily like draw in where you want your arch to go, and it's pretty genius. So all that I do is just take a little bit of this like brow pomade and then draw it on, just kind of define where the top of my brow is, especially because right now they're kind of a mess. And then you just kind of want to fill it in as you normally would. And then I like to grab my spoolie and just go through it one more time. Just kind of brush the hairs back up. And I feel like that looks pretty good. Sometimes it looks like there's a little extra product. I definitely have to get them done. But I mean, not bad for in between. So I'm gonna do this one and then I'll be right back. Moving on to eyes, I received this in my Ipsy bag. This is the Thank Me Later Eyeshadow Primer by Elizabeth Mott. So I'm going to give that a shot. You guys know that I've been pretty, oh god, I dropped it. Do you know how often that happens? I drop things constantly. Anyways, you know I'm pretty committed to my MAC Prep and Prime, so we'll see how this holds up. It feels a lot thicker in consistency, and I think I used too much. But it's the same kind of like pinky undertone shade. It's pretty nice. It feels kind of like slippy. Oh, so the plan for today, I don't think I really told you guys. I want to do like a green liner and then just like really kind of, not boring. Why did boring come to mind? Just like a really plain but glowy kind of rest of the look on my face, if that makes any sense. There's no English happening. I am going to use some Makeup Geek. My last video, which you guys should go watch, I did not use a single stitch of Makeup Geek, and you're welcome. I just have these shadows and I love them and I think they're fantastic and I'll never stop using them. So to start, I am going to pick up Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream, and I'm going to take that all over my eyelid just to kind of set my eye base here. And also I think that I want this color on my lid because I want to keep it pretty neutral. I am going to put a little bit of a green in the crease, I think, just to make it a little bit more exciting. So just like a quick wash of that, and then I'm gonna grab this shade by Makeup Geek. This is called Dirty Martini, which is an adorable name. Sorry, I had an itchy nose. So I'm just going to take it on, I think this brush by Real Techniques. I may switch it out depending on how it goes, but I pretty much just want to keep this on the outer corner and then the crease. I'm just gonna kind of do it like that. I feel like this brush is making it a little choppy. I'm gonna grab just a blending brush and go over that. That looks a lot better. I noticed in my last Get Ready With Me that I do a lot of talking kind of under my breath to you, but to myself. So, sorry about it. I actually really like the way that turned out. Just enough color on the outer corner, but not too much, so I'm just gonna replicate that on the other side. So it turns out I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I'm just taking this pencil by NYC. This is in the shade 937 Teal. I'm just using that to create a wing on my eye. So I just applied it, and now I'm taking this little brush and just creating a little wing with it. It's a little glittery, it's really, really pretty, and I received it as a gift from one of my old coworkers. So I think I just might grab a little extra for the outer edge and just like really wing it out. I have a really baby wing right now, but I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more and just do a little bit more of a wing. I have to get really close to my mirror for this, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I was going to put eyeshadow over this eyeliner, but I like it so much that I'm not going to. I just think it looks really, really pretty on its own, so I'm not gonna touch it. But what I am going to do is add a little bit of eyeshadow to the lower lash line, so I'm going to jump back into Dirty Martini down here and put a little bit of that on my lower lash line, and then I'm going to use this ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow in I Heart This, and I'm going to apply a little bit of that on the inner corner of my eyes because I think that would be pretty. So, just going to grab a little mirror and apply Dirty Martini. Just kind of blend it with my fingers. Kind of buff it out. Ooh, I love it. It looks so pretty. Now I'm just going to use this flat concealer brush to pick up a little bit of that ColourPop shadow, hopefully. It's hard to get up with a brush. Someone is in the attic right now. Sorry, guys. But that is what I was going for. This looks so pretty. You know what? I'm just going to use my finger. I'm just going to really throw this stuff on the inner corner and that lower lash line, just on the inner part. I want this to be a little bit more smoky, so I'm just going to grab my gel liner and then that brush I used before, just apply that to my lower waterline. Then I'm just going to grab that brush again from before and just kind of hit the lower lash line just to smoke it out a little bit. For mascara, no surprises, CoverGirl Supersizer 2 coats on both top and bottom lashes. Be right back. I did that thing again where I thought I was filming and I really wasn't, so I'm gonna go back and tell you. I just applied a little extra foundation to my chin, nose, forehead, and then a little bit over here. I feel like it just needed it, and I feel like you could kind of see it's separating up here. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just gonna have to do my hair so that it covers this. But I don't know if it's because I have like some dry skin under there or what, but it's a little clingy and I don't like it very much. But let's see if a little powder will fix that. I'm going to use this Tarte powder that I had told you guys about before. I've never used this before. I actually have to take this little thingy off. I'm just going to apply a little bit of that into... Okay, I don't remember where I was, but this video is the worst. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put a little bit of this powder into the cap here. See if I can get it in there. Doesn't really want to come out. Just going to do that for a while. And then I'm going to take this big brush, which I've been using for powder, and just kind of do it like that, and then just kind of tap it onto my face, because that's how you do powders. I don't want it to lose its luminosity, but I also want it to stay. So we'll see if this helps any. Okay, moving on. Longest video of all time. I am now going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette, take this guy. I'm actually just going to use the same brush and just apply this to my cheeks to add a little bit of warmth and color and all that lovely stuff. So just kind of slap that on the cheek. I think I'm going to skip blush today and just go with some bronzer and some highlighter, of course. I'm not going to use a highlighter in this palette, though it is beautiful. I just want to show you guys what I have been doing recently. That bronzer looks really harsh. Foundation brush to the rescue. Just going to take a little bit of that down here as well. Okay, so for highlight, I have been mixing, which I said I wouldn't do, but I'm doing, Champagne Pop and Pearl. So what I've been doing is just taking a little bit of Champagne Pop, applying that to les cheekbones, and then I have just been grabbing Pearl, tapping it, going right over it. It creates this like really subtle Champagne Pop glow. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at this. I just love it. I just love it a lot. All right, and the final step here has got to be the lips. And for that, I was planning on going really light with Buttercup by Gerard Cosmetics, but I generally don't like to do that. So I'm going to dig around in my drawer for a second. I'll be right back. All right, I have a plan for if it goes really wrong. So first thing I'm going to do is grab this ColourPop primer. I'm going to apply that to my lips. That way everything stays hopefully a little bit nicer. I don't wear nude lips because I just feel like they look weird on me. I also have a little foundation hanging out over here. I just feel like they don't look so good on me, so we'll see. But I have something that can go over top if it really ends up being a nightmare. Alright, so now I'm going to apply Buttercup by Gerard Cosmetics, and I'm actually just going to grab a little mirror to get a little bit closer to myself. I actually don't hate this. I actually think this looks pretty good. I think the only thing is that I need to outline my lips a little bit, and I'm just going to use like this pointy side. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. I think I'm going to call that a day. So I think this is pretty much the completed look. I am only going to now spray my face with this NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. And I think that's a wrap, you guys. So we made it. We got there finally. So this is the eye, you know, a little green, a little, you know, smoky. Just a really simple cheek, really simple lip, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So sorry about the millions of interruptions that we had today, but that is life and it happens. It's no big deal. So I am actually gonna start to get ready, throw on some clothes that aren't my shark suit, even though I'd really like to wear this out in public. I'm gonna list everything down below. I'll have pictures over on my blog. I'm actually gonna like do my hair and stuff before I take some pictures, so head on over to check those out. And I hope you all are doing really, really well, and I will see you soon. Bye.